The FBI just issued a chilling warning. Iran wants to strike the U.S. homeland with drones. Tonight, we reveal where and how. The FBI has alerted police departments in California that Iran wants to launch attack drones against the West Coast. Let me read you exactly what that alert says. It cites, quote, recently acquired information that Iran aspires to conduct a surprise attack using drones from an unidentified vessel off the coast of the United States homeland, specifically against unspecified targets in California. Now, I want to bring in an expert voice here. Former CIA acting director Michael Morell put it this way tonight. He said, through its operatives, its proxies, its relationship with criminal organizations, Iran has the expertise, the personnel, the access to equipment to conduct a drone attack here in the United States. Now it has the incentive. The FBI declined to comment on the record tonight, and the White House did not respond to our request for comment. But today, President Trump was asked if he is worried about a domestic terror attack backed by Iran. His answer? One word: no. Now, here is what is already happening. Iran is already using drones to retaliate. They have launched waves of Shahed 136 drones that have struck the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia. They have hit buildings in Bahrain, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates. And tonight, the Michigan-based medical equipment company Stryker says it was hit by a cyber attack, and there are indications a pro-Iran hacking group may be behind it. Meanwhile, inside Iran, there is chaos at the highest level. Thousands have taken to the streets of Tehran for the funerals of top Iranian regime leaders, many chanting, "Death to America." And tonight, there are new questions about the whereabouts of the new supreme leader. He is the son of the late Ayatollah who was killed. An Iranian official saying Mujtaba Khamenei was injured during a strike. He hasn't been seen publicly since he was named as the new leader, reportedly recovering from leg injuries in a secure location. And then there is the question of the girls' school. The New York Times is reporting tonight that a preliminary investigation has determined the U.S. military was responsible for that deadly strike on a girls' school in southern Iran. 168 people were killed, mostly children. Iranian state TV aired video appearing to show a U.S.-made Tomahawk missile slamming into a building next to the school. The president has claimed it was Iran that hit the school. He said, quote, "We think it was done by Iran. They're so very inaccurate with their munitions. They have no accuracy whatsoever. It was done by Iran." But late today, the president was asked about these new reported findings. He said, "I don't know about that." The White House now says the investigation continues and the president will accept its findings, whatever they may be. Now, I want to take a moment to acknowledge what is happening here at home tonight, because while the world watches the Strait of Hormuz, millions of Americans are under siege from nature itself. A 200-mile-long line of storms is bearing down on the country tonight. 50 million Americans from Pennsylvania all the way down to Texas are on alert. Tornadoes have already touched down. They have already killed. In Illinois, 60 miles south of Chicago, a massive funnel moved into Kankakee right around dinner time. It tore through an industrial area, alarms blaring, gas leaking. One family, including 2 young children, was taking cover in a basement when the house caved in on top of them. Late today, authorities identified the 2 killed in the storm. Edward Kozlowski, 89 years old, his wife Arlene, 84 years old, killed in their home in Lake Village, Indiana. And in Georgia tonight, there is a different kind of tragedy. A high school prank gone wrong. A math teacher killed. His name was Jason Hughes. He was beloved by his students. An 18-year-old student, Jaden Wallace, has been charged. He and 4 other teenagers went to roll toilet paper on the teacher's property. The teacher's family says he loved the students. He was excited to catch them in the act, but he tripped and fell in the roadway as the teenagers tried to flee. Investigators say Jaden Wallace ran him over. Tonight, the teenager is speaking out through a family attorney. They released a statement expressing, quote, "deep remorse." It says, Jay expresses his deepest sorrow and sincerest apology to the Hughes family. The Hall County District Attorney says he will give great deference to the family's wishes as he reviews the case. Finally, tonight, I want to leave you with something that is not about war, not about warnings, not about tragedy, because tonight an NBA star made history. Bam Adebayo scored 83 points in a single game for the Miami Heat. 83 points. That is the second most points scored in a single game in NBA history, surpassing the record of 81 set 20 years ago by Kobe Bryant. And here is the image that got me. His mother, Marilyn, was right there on the court, watching her son make history. Bam posted a picture holding up the number 83, paying homage to that famous photo of Wilt Chamberlain, the only player in history to score more 100 points in a single game. Bam was asked afterward, how would you describe this moment? He said, oh man, I wish I could remember it twice. In a night filled with fire, with warnings, with fear, it is nice to remember that history can also be beautiful. So, where does this leave us? Iran has shut down the Strait of Hormuz. The FBI is warning about drones over California. Oil is climbing toward $200 a barrel, and the President of the United States is calling it an excursion. Tonight, U.S. Central Command says it has taken out more than a dozen Iranian vessels capable of laying mines underwater in that critical shipping channel. President Trump is urging oil tankers to push through the strait. He said 24 hours ago that crews should have the guts to do it. But here is the reality. Iran has shown tonight that it can pose danger to any vessel at any time in that waterway. And they have shown that they are willing to expand this war. Israel is launching large-scale bombings in Beirut tonight, striking areas known to be strongholds of the Iranian-backed Hezbollah. And as all of this plays out, the president tonight in Kentucky claimed victory. He said, we've won. You know, you never like to say it too early. We won. But watching ships burn, watching crew members missing, watching the FBI issue warnings about drones on our own soil, it does not feel like winning. It feels like waiting to see what comes next, waiting to see if the warning becomes the attack. And that is where we are tonight, on edge, watching, waiting. I'm David. We'll be right back.